Hi everyone. So today's snippet slash video is about why narcissists leave or abandon you. So, well, if you go back to, if you know a little bit about their childhood, that helps, right? It really helps. But the uttermost question is, why are they always leaving? Why are they giving you the silent treatment? Why are they abandoning you? That's pretty simple, right? It also ties into why people cheat, I guess, which I'm very far from understanding all of it, but it's to one up you. I'm just going to say it. It's simple. To me, there's a little bit of a layer to it, of course. We're not just going to leave it at that. But when someone, I guess there are a couple of reasons now that we're, actually digging in. But to me, the most important one that it all kind of trickles down from is to one up you. And this is what I mean. Abandonment issues are active in a narcissistic psychology. So in their mind, they are always one step away from abandonment or from death of their ego. Now, these are different issues, I would say, if we want to identify them as specific, individual entities. They really are, but they are similar in the way they kind of coexist. So the death of their ego is complete and utter annihilation. Abandonment, it also makes them feel annihilated. So they're very similar. So whether you trigger ego death or abandonment, they're going to run, period. Now, you may have triggered it at some point, right? And that's completely normal. I mean, you weren't really trying to trigger it. You weren't doing it maliciously. But in our human interactions and in an emotional bond, you get a little bit deeper with people. So you kind of interact with their emotional body, not just their physical. So you're getting in there. Now, they will run. As soon as you wake up that monster, they will run. In terms of one-upping you, when they run, part of them is definitely running because they're afraid. They're very afraid. They can't handle it. See, they cannot face themselves. If there was anything with narcissist, I would have to say with the mirror. We know the story of Narcissus and looking into the water, into his reflection. Now, they will run from that, which is kind of opposite from the story of him staring at himself. Sorry about that. There's a different mechanism in real life narcissism. The story can be the story, but I believe at least that they will run. They cannot look at themselves. If someone would tell them, here's a mirror and your soul will be reflected in it, they will never take that mirror. They would rather go into the depths of hell than do that. Now, it's scary, but I'd probably do it. You'd probably do it. It's scary. But at the same time, a real human who has that heart and who believes in their goodness would take that mirror. They can't. So they run. They one-up you in the same way. Let's say you haven't triggered it. Let's say everything is fine and dandy. Now, this fine and dandy period is somehow too good for them, too good to be true. They will start questioning. Their demons are constantly tugging at them, right? I really see it, because if everything's going completely peachy, let's say for a while, and they will still abandon you or give you the silent treatment with no explanation, because sometimes narcissists will do it with no reason behind it. So if you've been there where there was an event that they bailed on. There was something off that they've done where they completely went off the, radar. That's probably them not engaging in that whole ego death fear, that they haven't been triggered, but they're trying to leave because now they're afraid that you will leave them. In this game, they leave with no explanation. So now you're stuck in, get this, in their psyches, even if you were considering leaving them, let's say, if they had a reason to believe that, any reason. You talk to someone, you're not happy. If they had a reason to believe that you would leave them, this is what it kind of does to you as a person. So when they leave before you decide to leave them, this is the one up. This is the big one. You are all of a sudden, you are so caught up in this event where you don't even have any energy to think about leaving them, right? You completely drop those plans. You drop almost everything to try to understand what the heck happened. And your psychology, and I know some people will say, well, I was going to leave them anyway. What's the big deal? No, it's not that simple. You guys know when you dump someone, let's use that word, it always feels a little bit better for your ego than when they dump you. Am I right? I mean, it's just human nature. It always feels a little bit better. You feel a little bit more empowered, at least. You had the control. You had the say. You made that call and you can go about your life. You've made that call. You put your foot down. You were in charge. Well, now they've done it for you. They've left you hopeless almost. They've left you with no explanation. And I bet you were going to give them an explanation regardless. You were going to have a civil ending, right? But they didn't provide you with that. So not only they left you with, they've done it, you haven't done it, but they've also left you with just unfinished business. Just complete, no contact, just complete disappearance. So now you're feeling all sorts of things. You're just all whack. You are confused because that's the trick. And so the abandonment issues that come up inside of them, they will only reenact with you. They will reenact what others have done to them. They will reenact what their childhood was like. They will reenact even what people are currently doing to them in their own lives. Let's say, and I really, if you still are in this type of relationship, please observe friends, family members, coworkers, anyone you can observe. You need to observe what those people do to the narcissist, or at least with the narcissist, how they interact, how they speak to each other, how do they treat each other on that, level. Are they mean to him or her? Are they, whatever you need to observe and do a little bit of homework. And trust me, you will start discovering that whatever, those people have a say in a way in how he treats you. Because the narcissistic bubble that he or she puts everyone in, it's their bubble. So those people are pawns in his or her game. So they make an impact and they have a say and they have some sort of role that those people play in this whole shenanigan, that they are engaged in, this game. They are all just parts of him or her, of course, and they're part of their persona. So they are not they're not, outside people, etc. Narcissistic individuals do not have an internal identity. They really lack that. They are completely externally focused. So everyone in their life is something to them that they associate themselves with on a very, very real, deep identity level, where this person is part of my identity. That's how they are. It's a collective consciousness to him. The individual does not have a consciousness. In terms of narcissistic individuals, in terms of narcissistic behavior and deep down the roots of who they are, they do not have an individuated consciousness. I really believe that. I've seen it. And in terms of who they are as one individual, one piece, one entity, they lack it. So they are just hooking onto other people. And I hope this was insightful enough. But yeah, I know I kind of went off. I apologize. I'm a little sick. So sorry, guys, for the voice and for the wacky train of thought. But there's a lot to say. So more to come. And I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.